Good morning. This is your crypto day morning for today's day, coming in that of Sunday, 13th of January 2019. All bets, trades of the like. Well, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. Double top sort of formation amongst the Bitcoin chart. We have resistance here and a correctionary move. Retest of the level, decent pierce below, but in the general area as it was before, and now in the same area as it was back on the previous price correction. This is now the third day, completion of two of just pause days, hanging in there at the bottom end of this red candle down move, digesting the move, and like, yeah, we as in the price action knock. Kind of agreeing with it for now, not going to decline it any further, or definitely not rise it any higher, which is what it did for 3 days in here on the upside. It generated this move. One might say this was bullish before, some might say it was bearish. It obviously turned out to be bearish, but I'll be looking for key breaks of this range, and it hasn't happened yet. We have resistance in here. Obviously, since it pierced below, it obviously didn't break last time, and well, in here now, this is the range that the market is trading in. And I realize, given the support and how it played out at after Christmas and from January 10th to current, that if it does go below this, we'll be looking at least a candle size of what happened on the last one, or just another red candle. Maybe an event like we've seen on November 19th and 20th, a 1 or 2 day move. Probably the first day might be coming down to this support, and maybe even going below it the next day. Those types of situations are always in place. And at this stage, you could say it's favored more to have a significant move lower, given that it doesn't take much to break below support, because it's at it. To break resistance, it needs to make a gain of over 10% just to get to the upper end at this point. Still can, of course. Not saying that it will or it won't, but definitely a lot of concern that a good leg lower could be coming very soon. Let's take a look at a couple alternate coins. And PivX is the first one, still in its correctionary phase. Entered it back in here. Attempt to break out. Obviously, that attempt didn't work. So far, it has been to support at the 18 average of lows. Today's session up in that of 8 and 2/3%. Only up to the 18 average of highs, but it's still an upgrade or a progressionary stage going from the lows to the highs. And this move is just a relatively new one, happening at the 8 o'clock hour, 9:03 a.m. Eastern time as I'm doing this. And therefore, short term, any type of price correction holding 21.45 up to 21.789 would be very important. But what does it need to get above at this stage? Well, first off, its resistance area of previous high and at about 23.6, so it hasn't fully completed an upper end of where it previously came from. But the possibilities that within today and into the next couple of days that this could go up to 26 change or any of these higher areas, because it has broken out above the resistance, it has gotten above this short-term key point, and of course that's where I'd like to see it hold, that it's got potential moving into the next little while. And let's take a quick look at NEM to end the video. There's not much going on. I'm making this a quick video. Probably won't be a hockey pick today. There was only one yesterday. It was a winner. Not seeing too much of value for today. Tomorrow, good chance it will be on the Toronto Maple Leafs, laying a goal and a half, but that's tomorrow. And what we are seeing in here within NEM, had this little move in this a few days ago, came back down and starting to go higher, so it's still grinding higher. Nothing here seeing anything looking too spectacular. If we shorten it out to the 4-hour term time frame, this is where it gets interesting, as we have this twice hit level of resistance, once on this day and then again on the next day after that, which if you were able to have a sell order up here, buy it back, maybe you could have sold again, depending. I mean, low volatility to do such, but as the market has played out from that level of resistance, support successful at the 18 lows, it resists near the highs and then higher low again, breaks out above it on this period and coming up and establishing a resistance level below this high, above this big one and where the 18 is, pullback today, and it looks like it might be attempting to break out of this. And if it does, the significance of this thing, or the chances that this thing could not only make it to this previous resistance high around 17, but even potentially even go further along the way. Single hour term time frame, we can see more of this setup looking pretty good. A little small attempt here, looked like that possible failed breakout, but it successfully held several hours within this 18. There's the statement, I guess is the word to use, as it breaks above this level of resistance. And there's the support back, looking to go higher. Therefore, as this plays out, I like the percentage odds that this could get going for today. I think that as a lot of people would be trading it, breaking key support levels, it's going to go down big. Seems like the obvious spot for short-term stops would be like somewhere down around here. Therefore, if this area doesn't hold, we could have a decent sized decline, because there could be a slew of stops all below this level. But I think this is an interesting time. I know there's not much for picture or paint on this from how this move is. Let me see if I can get NEM on a different exchange. And we'll use the Binance one for this on the short term. But as it's playing out in here, it does look as if it's got a lot of decent potential within the last within this hour. Because several hours in here, you figure it was, at least from this correctionary move in here, from January the 12th, or yesterday at 5 o'clock in the morning, until basically the end of the day, it just did really nothing with one small attempt to break out. This attempt is looking a lot better. This attempt got higher, and this attempt from the correctionary mode is showing great movement sense, because when this went down to here, it never really had any real rallies until the thing was breaking out. If we take a look at this even more short term, say within the 15-minute, it's extremely choppy thus far, but it does have still a lot of good potential for the possibility as we move into today that just maybe we can not only at least have an attempt for the 18 average of highs, but maybe even establish a level of resistance somewhere, maybe make it up to this previous support level, maybe pierce above it into the 1800s. It wouldn't surprise me if this thing in the near bit would have a 10%-ish kind of move, simply because of how I like the setup on the 4-hour time frame. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.